Hey, Red Hawks! Welcome to your 2022 Veterans Day Assembly presented by ASB. Veterans Day is a very important holiday, but most people don't even know its history. A lot of folks just know it because it gives us a free Friday in November. Did you know that Veterans Day hasn't always been called Veterans Day? It used to be called Armistice Day and was first celebrated after World War I as a way to show a new, peaceful era in the world. But the fact that World War I is called World War I shows that peace did not last for all that long. In 1954, the name was changed to Veterans Day by President Eisenhower to honor all of our service people, and the name has stuck ever since. Now, every year on November 11th, we celebrate Veterans Day to commemorate those who have given their time and their lives to protecting all of us.
Okay, class, recap. When was the Army founded? A, B, or C? Marissa.
A.
Correct. June 14th, 1775. Next question. What is the purpose of the Army? A, B, or C? Hannah.
B.
Wrong. It's actually A, to fight and win our wars. Is there anything else I need to know? Hannah.
Did you know that the Army is older than the country?
No, I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me that. Now we all know.
Hello guys, today we're here to tell you about the Navy. The Navy was founded October 13th, 1775 in Philadelphia, PA. Haley?
What's the Navy?
The Navy is a military branch that equips and trains future Navy SEALs to protect the seas of the U.S.
Like 10
The
minutes.
Navy expertly operates virtually every type of military equipment in the country's arsenal, from Humvees to aircraft carriers. Haley, wake up! Tell us a fun fact about the Navy.
The Navy trades to process fear differently.
What are you scared of?
Heights.
Pick up the pace! The Navy goes through very rigorous training.
Jump down and give me 20! Yeah!
We
love our Navy SEALs. Let's go,
Hey Redhawks, this is what you need to know about the Marine Corps. The Marines was founded on November 10th of 1775 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Let's take it to Deja so she can tell you more.
Gotcha, guys. So pretty much, the Marine Corps is a really interesting branch. Why? They serve on land and sea. So they can be serving on Navy ships, or they can be serving right alongside the Army. Now, let's take it to Layla for a really interesting fact.
Fun fact, the Marine Corps was actually established before America had won their independence, but once President Andrew Jackson was in office, he wanted to abolish it, thinking it was no longer necessary.
The United States Coast Guard was established in the 1790s under the Department of Treasury, at the time headed by Alexander Hamilton. Then, the U.S. Coast Guard was just a small fleet of ships tasked with enforcing tariffs to fund our budding country. But today, our Coast Guard stands as the most powerful Coast Guard in the world, with military strength rivaling most navies. The Coast Guard's main duties involve, unsurprisingly, guarding our coast. They have 3 core missions. Number 1, maritime safety. Search and rescue may be one of the Coast Guard's most well-known functions, but it's not all they do. Basically, they respond to any emergency on the water, whether that be searching ships for dubious cargo, or responding to pollution, or even investigating any marine casualties. Number 2, maritime security. The Coast Guard is in charge of making sure that no danger reaches the U.S. through the seas. They monitor what and who can travel within our waters. They are also in charge of the security of over 350 seaports across the U.S. Did you know that port security units from Seattle, Washington were called to active duty in the Persian Gulf during the Persian Gulf War? I sure didn't. Number 3, maritime stewardship. It is also the Coast Guard's duty to protect our natural resources. They work to educate about, prevent, and respond to any marine pollution. In the event of a ship sinking, after rescuing the crew, it is the Coast Guard's duty to prevent any oil or hazardous materials from washing ashore. As of December 2021, the Coast Guard has nearly 45,000 active personnel, with hundreds of thousands having served in the decades since the branch's establishment. Thank you, Coast Guard.
On the lowland, lowland, low. She sailed on the lowland sea.
Wake up, soldier. It's time for training.
What?
Get moving, get moving.
Let's go, let's go.
We've noticed you taking interest in the Air Force and would like to join. To get you started, we wanted to start your training right away.
To begin your training, you must learn the importance of the Air Force history and its purpose.
The Air Force started on September 18th, 1947 in the United States, which was founded by the U.S. Congress.
The mission of the Air Force is to fly, fight, and win by using air power anytime and anywhere.
Whether full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform, everyone who serves plays a critical role in helping us achieve mission success.
But for you to be able to fulfill the mission of the Air Force, it's really time to start on your training.
Sergeant!
Okay, future airmen, time to start your physical training. Give me 100 laps. You run like a baby. You finally done? Okay, well, then I'm gonna bring out our career specialist to explain to you the different careers in the Air Force.
Alright, Airman, there's many passing options in the Air Force. You may choose now that you're finished with all your training.
One option is becoming a pilot. You get to learn how to fly aircraft such as fighter jets, bombers, tankers, transport planes, and more for the United States military.
Another option is becoming a cyberspace operations officer. A cyber officer oversees both offensive and defensive cyberspaces operations in support of the full range of military programs.
Or you can become an airfield operations officer where you ensure the safe takeoff and landing of aircrafts, maintaining navigational aids, performing inspections, and communicating with air traffic control.
Or maybe go down the scientist path. Become a human factors scientist. Down this path, you get to conduct and manage research on human dynamics of service activities and analyze subsequent results.
There are many more paths in the Air Force you can go down. But do you know which one you would like to go down right now?
That's all right. You don't have to choose right now. When you're ready, give us a call or visit us at www.airforce.com.
Space Force is a branch of the military that is responsible for keeping the skies safe. They are the newest branch of the military. President Kennedy founded the Space Force as a section of the Air Force, finally splitting off from it in 2019. Currently, Space Force has 8,400 active members. It was a small branch not seen as important until countries started to develop weapons that could go through space. Space Force's main jobs are to protect the United States from anything that is sent into the U.S. from space, protect our satellites, and monitor what other countries are doing in space. Satellites are extremely important to the success of the United States. They are crucial to our communication and visuals around the globe. Along with protecting the states from danger, the Space Force can also monitor the weather and natural threats before they arrive. This means that they can monitor the weather patterns to predict events like meteorologists do. Space Force. Always above.